special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Out here catching this good old fresh air, man. Big love to everybody who support the movement, man. Everybody who support the platform. We out here, man. We rolling. We pushing P, man. We pushing P all 2025. Stay alert. Stay tuned. Keep your notifications on, man. We might change up these dates, man, as we dropping these videos. Just so we can make sure we get some other things done in 2025 as well, man. But the content will not stop. The movement will not stop. This is a movement. It is not a moment. Stay locked in. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Hey, listen. In the wake of everybody going wild over seeing this video with these New York cops and stuff beating this dude, you know, and taking his life. Hey, I'm here to let y'all know that this is just one that y'all seen and y'all in outrage of, but they do this every day in prison. Every day. You understand? These police in prisons and jails all over the country, man, do this and get away with it because they feel like they got the authority to do so, and ain't nobody gonna stop them or ain't nobody gonna check them. And then they put that false narrative out, man, that, you know, to people, man. They feed them all that propaganda like, oh, well, they locked up, or oh, this ain't gonna be no country club, or though they should expect this because they locked up, but nah, you should expect to be treated like a human no matter where you at on this planet. You know, people go to prison because they treat people unfairly. So what makes it any different for them to be able to treat you unfairly just because, you know, they're in a uniform, just because they're in an authority position? It's some tomfoolery, man, and it need to be stopped. But I say all that to say, man, I know countless of stories about situations like this. You understand? And the one that I'm gonna tell y'all about today is, I can remember being on the institution, right? And this nasty police, he was nasty. And he always running his mouth, and he always, you know, antagonizing people. You know, they get these dudes these jobs, females too, you know, and they should never be in an authority position because they take advantage of it. And he was telling the old boy to do something, man, and he was telling them like he talking to a child. So dude was like, man, I ain't trying to hurt that man. Get out my face. Get out my face. He walking behind the dude, like, you know, antagonizing him. That ain't even your job, man. Your job is to give an order, or whatever you call it, direct order. If a dude don't do it, then your next step is to go to paperwork. You write him a charge. You know what I'm saying? Report to your superior and tell them if they gonna come lock him up, put them in the bank, so be it. But all of that antagonizing and running your mouth, that's not even in their job description, but they do it. You understand? So he getting all in, the man kept telling him, man, get away from me, man. I ain't get on, man. He steady messing with him, steady messing with him. So dude turn around and face him up and say, man, what do you want? I'm telling you, I ain't doing woo. And he said, man, watch it, back up. No, you back up. You following me. You back up. And he's talking with his hands like, you following me, you back up. So when he doing this, man, old CO hauled off and slapped him, man, in the paw. Bow, right? Big mistake. Big mistake. Old boy took off on him like a rocket. Drove him to the ground, got on top of him. He was smashing him. He ain't had no fight in him. You gonna smack a man and you ain't even got no fight in you. He was beating him so bad, man. Everybody was hooping and hollering, which was a bad thing because that alerted the police in the booth. And when they alerted the police in the booth, you know, they call a little code. You know, when one of them getting beat up, they call a big old code blue, whatever it is. And all of them coming. They coming from everywhere. They coming from the whole institution, everybody that's on that side. If a police is getting beat up, they leaving their posts, they doing all of that. They all rushing down there to help their police. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna do that because they want you to do that for them. So that's the thing. They're gonna leave their post. Whatever you got going on in the block, whatever's happening in there, you could be in your cell having a heart attack. They leaving you. You understand? They gonna rush to the aid to help their co-worker, right? But by the time they got over there, he was mincemeat. he was mincemeat because when he dropped him, he hit the floor, bang, head hit, so he unconscious, he dazed, he unconscious, but old boy on top of him giving it to him. I mean, mashing him, and he should have, right? But the thing about it is when they come in, they bum rush them, they get them on the ground, and then you got more and more and more of them coming. So they dumping on them, but everybody in the pod, they telling us all to go to cell, everybody going to their cell, but some dudes in slow motion going to their cell because they see what the play is. That's the bad part about prison, because dudes don't want to get involved because they know what's going to happen when they get involved. You're going to lose out. You're going to get punished. You're going to get, probably depending on something like this, they're going to give you a ride charge. They're going to ship you to a whole nother level high up in the mountain. You got to go through so much. But it's so much injustice, man, that you just be wanting to do something about it. So everybody hollering and stuff. And when they're getting their cell, they beating the dude. They beating him right there in the pod, right? He curled up. They trying to stretch him out. Woo, woo, more and more coming. They running in there. They running in there. So everybody start hollering. They kicking it. Y'all better not be beating. Y'all better squat. Hey, I'm telling you, woo, 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 bang. Bang, kicking the door. Hey, no, we ain't going for that. He smacked him. He smacked him first. He ain't had no business putting his hands on him. And we going wild up in there because it's right. But this is the only justice that we can get, is the protest and the holler and the scream and try to tell them, no, y'all better not beat him. Y'all better not beat him. Y'all know he smacked them first. He smacked them first, man. Check the camera. Check the camera. Everybody holler. So they drag them out because they want to drag them out because they don't want us to see what they're going to do to them. You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no doubt when they got them outside of, our viewpoint, man, they punished them. You know what I'm saying? They beat them bad, man, because, word was it that he got sent to the hospital, and he shouldn't have got sent to the hospital because of the simple fact that when he left up out there, he won't, you know what I'm saying, he won't fight and he won't know where he can fight. You got 10, 12, 15, 20 officers on you. How you going to try to fight them? You can't. So it was no need for him to be going to the hospital because, he got carried up out of there where he was still all right. He took some blows, some kicks, some punches and stuff, but it was too many of us hollering and protesting. So we know when he got took out of the block that he was good. So how did he end up going to the hospital? Easy. When they got him back there, they beat him down. You know what I'm saying? Probably beat him when they got him in the cell. I ran into old boy later on, a couple of years later, right? And it was sad to see, man, because he had missing teeth. He had two missing teeth on the side. He said he kicked his teeth out. You know what I'm saying? They kicked his teeth out. They beat him when he was back there in the hole. You know what I'm saying? They strapped him down, beat him some more. That's how he ended up going to hospital. He ended up having broke ribs, a broke arm, and knocked the man's teeth out. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that make dudes turn into savages. These are the things that make dudes turn into demons, because you getting beat for something that you was justified in doing. You know what I'm saying? The man smacked me. I'm a grown man. He ain't got no business putting his hand on me, period, let alone to smack me. You know what I'm saying? In front of my peers, in front of the people that I got to do this time in front of these people that I got to face, you know what I'm saying, every day while I'm doing this bit. You want me to let you smack me and I do nothing? You want me to go report it? You want me, man, get out of here. He did what a man was supposed to do, and they turned around and did what cowards do. You know what I'm saying? They jumped up on him, they beat him, woo da woo da woo. So I say this like I told y'all the stories and stuff like about Marty. This is why Marty was a savage. This is what turns people into Martys. You know what I'm saying? Marty be ready for war with the police at all times because they beat him before. And he ain't going for it. You know what I'm saying? And he willing to sacrifice every day. He willing to sacrifice no matter when he got to go to hole. He willing to sacrifice no matter if he got to go to court. He don't care because he at war with them people. You know what I'm saying? Because of what they did to him. And I understand that philosophy. I understand that mentality, man, because you don't want to throw your life away to the system and be just stuck up in there doing time, doing time, doing time, fighting the police, staying in the hole, staying in segregation. You got dudes in prison, man, that been in segregation, man, for decades. Decades. Every time they come out, they at war with the police because of what the police did to them. And it's in them not to surrender. You know what I'm saying? Not to give up. Because they feel like they're in the right. Their moral principles won't allow them to submit, you know what I'm saying, to some foolishness, to unrighteousness in the name of these people who got a job. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, because these are regular people. But we forget that because they throw a uniform on, they throw a patch on, they take a little oath and get a little job, then we think that they all high and mighty and they, you know what I'm saying, their moral integrity is greater than others. Man, get out of here. These are the same jokers you went to school with. These are the same jokers that you know from the block. They just got a job. You understand? So yeah, man, they messed the old boy up, man. They messed him up bad, man. And he like that where he was when I was around him too. That's how he was. He ain't going from nothing for the police. He ain't scared. He ain't nothing. He done lost teeth. He done had bones broken. They had to heal. You know what I'm saying? Police say anything to him, he down on them. And they know. They gonna put it in your jacket. You know what I'm saying? They gonna put it in there that you will attack the police. And them police that's around you, they gonna know. You know what I'm saying? But this is what you gotta do. This is crazy, but this is the life you gotta live. You gonna have to sacrifice to let it be known that if you try to harm me, then I'm gonna throw all caution to the wind, and you know what I'm saying. I ain't tripping about getting no time. I ain't tripping about you got on the uniform. I ain't tripping that you a police. If you try to hurt me, I'm gonna get you. And you got to do that. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's the double-edged sword because you could be in the penitentiary with a number. You could have 10 years, 12 years, 8 years, 5 years. You understand? But you got to look at it and you got to, weigh the odds. Okay, I got 5 years, but if I let the police do this to me and do that to me, then what am I have to deal with in the block? How the dudes gonna look at me? How they gonna carry me? You know what I'm saying? Oh, the police carry you, I can carry you. Oh, you let the police smack you, I can smack you. You know what I'm saying? Let the police smack you, I take your concert. You see what I'm saying? It's this is what prison life is like. You know what I'm saying? This is what prison life is like, man. It's savagery and it's sacrifice at all times. You know, but it's the only way to survival. It's the only way. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you're gonna be vantage taken all the time. You know, but these police are brutal. You know, they cowards. They only brutal because they come in packs. They only brutal because they have the advantage. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Other than that, they just regular dudes. You know what I'm saying? They got a job. And we sitting in there, we suffering, and we going through this, that, and the third, and you going to oppress us even more? Man, come on, man. This is what makes savages. This is what makes the mentality of a Marty. This is what makes the mentality of a Bo Billy. This is what makes the mentality of a Sam Pitts. This is what makes that mentality. Is their brutality makes your mentality. You understand? But the narrative that they'll feed y'all is that all the dudes in prison is brutal, they vicious, they violent. Why is the question? Why is the question? You know, and I done had wars with the police. I done had to fight them. I done had to fight them 10, 12, 15 at a time. Yeah, you can't win, but you have to solidify your point of view. You have to let them know this ain't normal and this ain't gonna go with me. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people have to do that all the way to the point where they lose their life. You know what I'm saying? Fighting to be a man and fighting to be respected, and not to be a punching bag and not to be, somebody that you could just do what you want to do to just because he locked up. And man, it's crazy, but it is the life, man. It is the life of dudes that's locked up all over the world, man. And it's sad, it's crazy, and people don't understand that and they don't realize that. And you always gonna get the news clip, the news bite about what an inmate did. Or you might see it on the news, inmate stabs 2 COs on such and such and such. Okay, well, when have you ever seen it on there on the news like that when the police done beat up dudes that was handcuffed. The police done, you know what I'm saying, broke a arm. The police done knocked out some teeth. The police done, you know what I'm saying, broke somebody's leg, you know what I'm saying, cracked somebody's ribs when it was 10 on 4. I mean 10 on 1, you know what I'm saying, 5 on 1, 12 on 1. Nightsticks, Ninja Turtle suits, and all of this, fighting a man that's in flip flops and underwear. You ain't gonna hear that because they ain't gonna put that narrative out there. But that's what they doing up in there every day. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what they doing in there, and they know it. And they come home and they be around regular people. You might know somebody that work in the DOC, Department of Corrections, and you see them with their little uniforms on. You might see them in Wawa's. You might see them at the gas station, and you might be in your neighborhood. It might be somebody, and they laughing and smiling, kicking with you, and they go up in there and they turn into somebody whole different person. They with that program. If they been there for a while, they with that program. If they ain't with it, they know what's going on in there. If they don't get up out of it, then they condoning it. You understand? So that's the way I look at it. You can't work for a corrupt system and not be corrupted. You understand? You cannot work for a corrupt system and not be corrupted, especially if you know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to stop it. You know, and I know everybody need a job, everybody got to feed their family, but what if it was your people? See, there ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. If it was your brother in there getting brutalized, if it was your father in there getting brutalized, if it was your uncle in there getting brutalized, and then you have be screaming bloody murder. You understand? But always remember, when you put that uniform on and you go in there and you see these people getting brutalized, whether you participate in it or not, that is somebody's father, that is somebody's uncle, that is somebody's grandfather. You understand? So it's the same thing, man. But it's a vicious, vicious world inside them walls, man. It is a vicious, vicious world, man. And I don't think, you know, a lot of the public understand that, man. This is why dudes have the mentality that they have in prison, because they not only fighting each other, which is designed like that. You know what I'm saying? You got 100 dudes with 4 phones. Everybody got to call, you know, what you think gonna happen. You know, you got 150 dudes with 6 showers. Everybody trying to get in the shower. What you think gonna happen? You know, you got 150 dudes with 1 microwave. What you think gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? It's designed like that. So you fighting each other, and then you fighting the administration. So you in an ongoing war at all times when you locked up. You know what I'm saying? You have no peace of mind. You have no, you know what I'm saying, no anything. You just at war. Your soul is never really resting. You know what I'm saying? Because you always in battle, you know? So yeah, it's a rough ride, man, and it don't matter how much time you got. It just matters that you in there. You have to deal with this. You know what I'm saying? Just being in there, and then when you in there and you looking at a excess amount of time, and you knowing that this is how you got to live, that's your mentality right there. That's what shapes your thought process. You know, because that's when you gotta lock in and know what you facing and know what you got to do. You know, this is why people are the way they are. That has been to prison. This is why people are the way they are. That's in prison, because it's mandatory. It's a need. It's a need to be that way, just so you can survive. You know. But anyway, man, I just wanted to drop that on y'all, man. So prayers up to that brother who lost his life, to them wicked demon uh that they call police or COs or whatever they is. I hope they get what they deserve. Uh, and I think it will be good justice for them to put them inside of a prison, um, and let them feel some of the, you know, things that they was imposing on other people. You know, I think that is a real good justice for them. But anyway, man, y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back, man. Y'all be safe out there. Be smart. Make good decisions, man. Don't put yourself in a position to go through anything that I just talked about. None of it. None of it. Not one bit. You know. Be smart. Be safe. Make good decisions, man. Stay out here. Stay free. Stay with your family. And duck them hooks out there, man. Because they out there. And they meant to pull you in the depths depths of this hell that I just finished telling you about. We out. Boom, 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 boom. We gone, man. Peace. Big love.
The banking special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.